Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. Good morning, Leah. Hey, Sue. How are you? If you are brand new here, if you would like, follow, and subscribe to Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I would greatly appreciate that. And then be sure to ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Corbiere-Scott. That is where I post free printables every now and again. That's where most everybody posts their artsy projects and gets such empowering, encouraging, loving feedback. It's just a great creative community to belong to. So be sure to do that. Ask to join Let's Get Artsy with Corbiere-Scott. And I will say there are 3 questions to answer. It's very important that you answer the questions because I probably won't let you in if you don't answer the questions. Hi, Nancy. How are you? Hey, Carol and Lori. I wondered if you guys were going to get snow, Sue. I wondered. Well, it is, I won't tell you that it's sunny and beautiful here, but it's sunny and beautiful here. Sorry to say. Hey, I have a couple of things to talk about really quick. Good morning, Peg. I have class samples to share with you, and then I have, well, we kind of have a lot to do. We do. So let's talk about next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, like not the day after tomorrow, next Saturday. Hey, Melody, welcome. Hey, Vicky. In Wordsmith Art, we are going to be, I have a bunch of artsy techniques to share with you. So we are going to be creating on vellum. So I have some vellum, some color on vellum techniques to share with you. And then we're going to be creating this background, or, you know, we're going to be creating an artsy background. That's like one more thing to put in your artsy arsenal. Very cool. So that class is certainly open for registration, and that is next Saturday. And then next Saturday is Art Alchemy, which if you are loving this art journaling journey that we're on here, it takes it to the next level. And we are going to be creating some, oh golly, let me see if I can pronounce it correctly. We're going to be studying neurography art. Oh my gosh. So cool. That's an Art Alchemy. And then Sunday is Wordsmith Art. I mixed those up. Sorry about that. Both of those are still open for registration. Then the following Saturday, the 19th, in Bible journaling, and Let's Get Artsy with Our Bible, we're going to be doing more creating on vellum, and then another artsy background. So that these 2 classes, I have so many techniques to share with you. I can hardly wait. And then on Sunday, the 20th, in Together We Letter, we're going to be playing with our brush lettering, but then we're also going to be creating a beautiful piece of hand lettered art, which it will be suitable for framing. I can hardly wait to share that one with you. it's going to be super cool. And that is on the 20th. Remember, next Sunday is the Super Bowl. Not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday is the Super Bowl. And so watch next week for my free interactive Super Bowl art printable. So we'll be watching the Super Bowl together. Remember, you need to be a member of Let's Get Artsy with Corbiere-Scott to get that printable. It'll be within that group. You can only post files in groups. Hey, Cammie, good morning. Okay, so today we are going to play with art journal with pieces from card candy, right? And then we are going to create an entire art journaling page with the pieces from card candy. So what I did was, to prep my page, I painted my page with, hey Karen, hi Diana, how are you? Hey Pam. So I prepped my page with watercolor ground. And remember, watercolor ground will make anything, any substrate react like watercolor paper. And I did that just randomly throughout my art journal. But you could also do the same kind of technique with white gesso or white acrylic paint, right? So if you just water down some white gesso, because we want some of the grid or the lines to share through, to shine through, or I need to go back. Sorry about that. We want some of our grid or the first layer, whatever our first layer is, grid or lines. We want some of it to shine through. We just want to knock it down just a little bit. And so to do that, we can water down some white gesso, like I said, or we can water down some acrylic paint. That's just going to give us a little bit of kind of more of a white surface. But if you're using acrylic paint, try to find matte paint. It's just easier to paint over. So I am going to, I've done quite a few pages like this. So watercolor ground, Sue, is okay, so this is watercolor ground. It is, that's kind of the consistency. When you paint it on, like I said, whatever surface you paint it on, it will mimic watercolor paper, right? It'll give you that same, number one, it'll have a little bit of tooth. Number two, it'll accept watercolors in the nicest way. So this is your best choice, but you can also use white gesso, and you can just water it down a little bit, because white gesso is pretty, it's pretty thick. So we want it to be, we just want to knock down the color just a little bit. But all of this, you don't have to do any of this. You could do, I'll do the next page on just on my regular page, so you can kind of see where I'm going. So I have painted my pieces. Remember during last week's class, we did these pieces. I did these pieces, and I did these pieces from the Card Candy 2 art printable. So I have another set here that I've begun, and then I have some more that I could paint to do some other pages. So But to create the background, so let's create a background for these pieces. So I'll set those aside. So I'm going to use my Crayola paints again. My Crayola washable watercolors. And I'm just going to... So I've already prepped my paints by adding water and mixing it in. But then I'm going to take another second and mix one more time, right? And then I'm just going to create these kind of rounded squares of color. Kind of a mark making technique, but pretty oh gosh, I wondered, yeah, my kid lives in Austin, and they said it's supposed to be super snowy and super cold and snowy there. There we go. There we go. So I'm just randomly adding. So the blue one I kind of did in rows. This one I'm feeling like I want to do more random. So I'm going to do the lighter yellow, the more lemon yellow. That might be pretty too. And then I'm going to want to do that. I want to do the orange, the orange, the deep orange. But then I think I want to do that. This flower, I did a blue center and I did some green in the leaf, and I think I want to add those too. And remember, I painted these with this same paint palette. And like I said, this is really random. It doesn't have to be perfectly, you know, the shapes don't need to be uniform. They just need to be there. You know what I mean? Everybody take a drink. We need to keep ourselves hydrated. Good morning, Anne. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Michelle. Hey, I got mail from you yesterday. Yippee skippy. Super excited to put that in my art journal. Michelle had put something out in the, this is why you need to join the Let's Get Artsy with Anne private Facebook group. Michelle had put out a call there. She had access to the Pony Express postmark. And so if you are an art journaler worth your salt, you know you're always looking for bits and bobs to stick in your art journal, right? So she sent, just a sec, I'll grab mine. Okay, so this is such a treasure trove. Let me just tell you. Okay, so Michelle sent me this. So it's from the Pony Express. Number one, shut up that she used the, I love those cowboy stamps. So this is absolutely going in my art journal. And then in here, look at this. Michelle wrote this beautiful letter. So it will be, Michelle, thank you so much. It touched my heart. So there's this gorgeous barbed wire border, and I have Michelle's beautiful handwriting. And then the Clear Creek, seriously, just, so look at, it was delivered via Pony Express. Come on. How cool is that? Anyway, so there's always something fun going on within our creative community. I think Tessa right now has a call out for, she is originally from Colorado, and there's a Loveland, Colorado has special Valentine's postmarks, and so she has a call out that she will be sending a bunch of envelopes, I believe, to a family member, and then that family member will take them to Loveland and have them mailed with the Valentine's Day postmark. Stop. Oh, shut up, Michelle. That's so cool. That's so cool. So Michelle, I am going, at the end of the month, I am going to Puerto Rico. And so I thought, oh my gosh, what can I gather that we could all put in our art journals, right? I don't know yet, but I'll find something. So there's 2 more things, right? 2 more reasons to join the Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott private Facebook group. Okay, so now I'm going to do my orange. Keely, are you here? I thought I saw you earlier. Yep, there she is. Okay, so now I'm going to do the orange. And I want to fill mine up, right? I want to fill my background with lots of color. And remember, these paints, I think I told you guys last week, they dry with kind of shining, like a, almost like a gloss. The paint, when it goes down, it dries almost like a gloss. Oh, boo. I'm so sorry, Keels. I hate computer problems and car problems. Hey, Randy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are doing a art journaling background. So don't forget, next week, I believe, on let's see. Next week we have art journaling on Thursday again. And we have card making on Tuesday. So all these bits and bobs I've been painting, we need to make them into cards so that I can send them out into the mail. Okay, I think I'm going to start putting a little bit of the blue and the green in this background too. And if I remember correctly, I use this lighter green. And I'm just randomly putting this color down. Oh my gosh, Jeff and I we got Apple TV free for 3 months because Jeff got a different phone for work. So we're like, oh, what are we going to watch quickly in the 3 months? We started watching Ted Lasso last night. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's so good. It's so, so good. I'm telling you. It was so good. We're hooked. It's just a happy, oh my gosh, Michelle, it's so good. I think you'll love it. I think you'll love it. Everybody take a drink again. Now I think I'm going to add a little bit. Oh, Vicky, I'm so glad to hear that. I've been wondering about your eye. Let's see. 2080. Well, it beats it beats the alternative, right? Ooh, good suggestion, Keels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Do a little bit of the blue. I know, I swear, Nancy, isn't that the truth? We gotta look for all of our all the shows. I know they count on us all signing up after the 3 months. Who knows if we will. We have all the channels. Seriously. It's kind of crazy how many channels we have. All right. I wanted a little bit of this blue kind of everywhere. There's just some things about just adding color like this, isn't there? It's so meditative. I just love it. Let's do some of this dark one. Just looking for my spaces. And remember, it doesn't need to be perfect at all. It can be kind of random. Like I said, the last time I did them in kind of rows, this one I'm doing much more randomly. How am I doing on time? Okay, got lots of time. And remember, you can print your art printables on you can print your art printables on watercolor paper or copy paper. It can be whatever. This year, I really wanted to focus on using my art printables in a wider array of things, right? I wanted them to be not just card making, although card making is lovely. I wanted it to be more than that. And so that's why I introduced art journaling, because I do art journal every day. I do something in my art journal every day, and I hope you do too. And when you have an art journal like this that costs $1, just a composition book, you can art journal every day. All right, let's see. Let's try a little bit more green. I don't know. Just kind of feeling it. Oh, I read this article this morning, and by that a teacher friend had posted, and it was there was a quote in there that I just had to share with you guys. Scientists have discovered that it takes approximately 400 repetitions to create a new synapse in the brain, unless it is done in play, in which case it only takes 10 to 20 repetitions. Shut up! Right? How cool is that? Let's see. I could just do this forever. Just keep. Absolutely. So that's so interesting. Michelle, my first degree is in early childhood education. My second degree is in graphic arts. Crazy. I know, two totally different times in my life. But anyway, yeah, so there's a whole theory on about potty training that there are neurons that need to connect in a child's brain before they can successfully on their own go potty in the toilet. And those neurons don't connect until at least 3 years old. Lots of people think they can potty train way earlier. That's just you're training yourself instead of the child's accomplishment. Anyway, I digress. Hey Elaine, hi. How are you? Absolutely. So think about, this is a topic we've all, I was telling you, the thing about the universe, I will tell you, is that people, if something comes on your radar, is in your consciousness, you will see it everywhere, right? So, where was I going with that? Holy smokes. Who knows? Anyway, well, because we've just been talking about you need to repeat a art lesson a bunch of times. Like, don't just do it one time. Do it many times. Then it becomes ingrained in your noggin, right? Like we've talked about in hand lettering, like we've talked about in art journaling. Any of those things, the more you do it, the more it becomes part of you and part of your your artsy arsenal in your noggin. Michelle, I have the same pet peeve. I did daycare in my house so I taught in preschools. I taught kindergarten for years, and then I did daycare in my home for about 20 years. Anyway, I hated potty training, not because of the children and the potty training it was the parents. I just hated it. I can tell you so many stories. There was a little boy who got spanked if he had accidents. So I would try my hardest to get his clothes washed and dried and back on him before his parents picked him up. Because I just thought, God, it was awful. It was just awful. I had kids whose parents sent them in like really complicated clothes, like jeans and belts and all of that jazz. So I will just tell you, I just had a stack of big t-shirts. Oh, stop it, Vicky. So I am... No, she trained herself. Right, Michelle? She trained herself. Good luck, Tam. I hope the transfer works. This paint is taking a little while to dry. I know, and they will argue to the core. It's crazy. But anyway, I just thought that quote from that article was so fascinating. That if it's not something fun, it will take 400 times. So think about that. Think about any new behavior or task, right? If you make it somehow playful, I mean, I know lots of things can't be playful, but sometimes, I mean, don't you all have those little games that you play with yourself in your head? I sure do. I just thought that was fascinating. I just thought it was fascinating. Some of these bits and bobs are still wet. It's not fun. You're right. You're right, Michelle. I swear, isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth, Peggy? I know, you know what? I know, there are so many people who think you should... I cannot multitask. I try, and it's not like I don't attempt it, but then I feel like everything is done halfway. Do you know what I mean? It's not to the best of my ability, that's for sure. Yep, still wet. I will just tell you this, here's the one downside of painting with the Crayola paints. They do take a long time to dry. They're not like regular watercolors. But I want to get on to the next step. So now, I'm just gonna start because I can't hold myself back. So now I'm gonna take one of my black journaling pens, and I'm just gonna start what I started to do to begin my mark making. I swear that's a stinking truth, Michelle. Okay, so I'm gonna start to just kind of do those sketchy frames around each piece, right? So that's just going to give us this cool kind of mid-century modern vibe. But you notice, like, it's not perfect. It's not, it's just kind of wonky line outlines. Right? So I'm going to close up my paints and move it out of the way. I have my candle burning again this morning, and it is absolutely lovely. I'm starting to try to kind of set the stage for myself artistically. Like, I want to have a nice drink. I want to have, well, when I'm not making a video, I like to have nice music playing or an audiobook. The Four Winds. I'm reading The Four Winds right now for class. All of those things, I think, aid me in making my best art. I know. I've got to find some kind of music that I won't get bumped off social media. You know, because there's all of those licensing things. I get it, right? So I just need to find, I think that there is unlicensed music that you can pay for, so I just need to find it. I think just adding this, I'm telling you, it's the craziest thing, but it just, you know, I believe that all good art needs a little bit of black and a little bit of white, and this, just adding the outline, look at the difference in these same shapes by just adding the outline. It's just that little bit more, that little bit more. And I'm not overly careful with, like, making sure I don't touch the painted piece. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. The ones I like I mean, it's always my goal to have that little bit of a white frame, but if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to pitch this piece and throw it away or something. I'm telling you, every day I find something else I want to see in Puerto Rico. I mean, who knows if I'll get to see half of what I put down on my list. I do this every time I go anywhere. Okay, I'm going to turn my substrate a little bit so that I have, and remember, the higher up you hold your pen, the looser your lines are going to be. And this is some place where we really want you are going to love it, Nanette. I'll show you the last step before I go back to just circling. Then you're just going to adhere your pieces of fodder, right? That's what I did. But think about the possibilities. Think about how you could add way more mark making to this. You could have this be all together, right? In the corner or on the side, or, right? It could be wherever you want it to be. In this entry, I did a piece of remember we have the Dymo tape images. I did a piece of that because I wanted that little bit more black. But you could mix it up and do whatever you want, right? So think about how you want your composition to be. I like to do like a little bit of a page marker, just because I like things sticking out. So we've started, right? So I have that little bit. Can I tell you how much that makes me happy? Just that little bit. That makes me so happy sticking out. So then if that one was sticking out too, stop. So as you can see, look at how fat this is already getting, and we're only a couple days in, right? I like the flowers on the side too, Nancy. I was just thinking that too. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't figured out exactly how I want to arrange, but it'll be something fabulous, right? I'm thinking about like so think about this. Next Thursday, we're going to do art journaling again. Let's grab, you'll need a hot glue gun and some fabric strips or some ribbon so that we can work on a closure for this, because it's getting big and big and big, right? So we're going to just put some hot glue here and some hot glue here, and we're going to adhere ties so that we can tie it closed. Because if we're this far in and it's already starting to get lots of wrinkly pages, it's just going to get more and more and more, because we have more art journaling pages this month, and we have our artist study, right? So it's going to be, oh my gosh, it's going to be fabulous. I can hardly wait. All right, where's my, there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to go back around. Start going around my bits and pieces again. So how's everyone doing? Are you painting? Have you begun this piece? And remember, your art journal is all about the journey. It's all about, what are you learning? How can you stretch your creative muscle? How can you experiment a little bit more and a little bit differently? Right? What if you did this all in pastels? Or what if you did this all in black and white? I don't know. Shades of gray or something. I mean, you can certainly change things up by your color palette. Oops. Here we go. My neighbor's having some construction done on her home, so it's a little loud in the back. Oh, Vicky, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Everybody take a drink. Absolutely. And, you know, outside the box could be just what you feel. I mean, in a pinch, you could do this with a black ballpoint pen, right? Don't get me wrong. I love all the art supplies. I absolutely do. But I've told you, I have done art. I have made art with anything. So many hotel notepads. So many hotel notepads filled with whatever. Some people love the shampoo. I love the hotel notepads and the pens. I was just telling Keely the other day, I was writing something and I said, oh, Keely, the pen I'm using is from the Hotel Indigo. That is the hotel that Keely and I stayed in Waco, Texas. And it was beautiful. And we had no idea. You know, when you're booking things online, you have no idea. You have no idea what you what some place is going to be. Oh, you worked in accounting. Interesting. That's so interesting. But it's good, isn't it? It's good to think in a new way and see things in a different way. And you know, art is everywhere, right? Magazines, billboards, TV, everywhere. I'm loving this. It is making me so happy. The last one, I think I only did 2 colors. And this one I used so many colors. Good job, Vicky. And when you do that, I'm telling you, my husband, poor thing. Every time I'm like, hey, if we get security envelopes, I need you to save those. If somebody sends us something with a stamp, I need you to save those. He just shakes his head. You guys, I'm loving this background. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay, everybody take a drink. Oh my gosh. Like, I totally want to do this over and over and over again. This background. Because the more we do this, the more it's going to just be in our consciousness, right? Oh, don't forget that tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time is this class. I can hardly wait during the heart party. Be sure to make sure that I think yesterday was the last day to register, so be sure to make sure that you have notifications. Carol and Cindy both suggest that you refresh a lot because you're on Facebook, right? You're on Facebook for the whole day, so that's something to certainly think about. So interestingly, so this one was done with the watercolor ground in the background. I'm digging that. But I'm really liking the one where I didn't do anything underneath. I'm kind of digging both of those. I'm kind of digging both of those. Look at, there's my fingerprint because this paint was a little tacky. I need to date these. Remember we talked about, let's really work hard on dating, signing and dating our art so that we, oh, I hope you're filling up your mark making. I hope everyone's doing that. so pretty. Anywho, I hope everyone's filling up their mark making, seeing it everywhere you go, and just working on that catalog, you know? All right, let's see. I'm really liking it on the side too. But then what about over here? Nice visual triangle. I love the crunchy sound too. Can I tell you, Melody? Lots of people are bothered by the wrinkly pages. I adore them. Because it means I've been there, right? I've been making art and I've been in my book, right? Whether it's wordsmith art or let's get artsy with our Bibles or art journaling, that means I'm in there and that I've been working real hard to create something visually pleasing or that I'm learning from. This one, stop it. I'm loving it. You know what? I think I do have another one of these Dymo bits and pieces. Oh, I wanted to share with you guys. So we're going to make a card with this next week, but seriously, look at how cool that turned out with the dimensional glaze on top of all those painted roses. Stop it. I'm loving that. That might be cool in an art journal too, or on a card. Either way. I have big plans. And you know what? Or both, right? Because it's an art printable, so we can use it as many times as we want. So I think I'm going to cut a little slivery border around here. And use that as... Nancy, it's in the next art printable, which is Heart Art Fodder. Oh, you guys, I'm kind of digging it there. What do you think? I feel like I need something up here, something, I don't know. Something black, I think. I don't know. Or just I need another. Well, not necessarily, I guess. Oh my gosh, that's so cool, Vicky. That's so cool. Be sure to have them participate and take pictures of everything that you guys create. Take pictures of everything and then post it in the group. That's what we did last year where I'm telling you, we had so much fun. We had so much fun. Let me see if I can find that art journal. I only have 5,000. I believe it's in this one. Is it? Maybe not. I don't know. No, I think it's... this one. Here we go. There it is. There's last year's Super Bowl. What will this year's be? Something amazing. Something amazing! Well, it's looking like time to sign off. I hope everyone is having an artsy, relaxing morning and that you keep working in your art journal. And I will see you tomorrow when we create our abstract heart art Let's Get Artsy banner. I adore you all. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.